I'm not trying to get too esoteric, but you mentioned something how like you can tell, let's go. You can tell that person has that characteristic based on the eyes. And Twitter is amazing. You see the coolest threads and the wackiest threads. But I remember someone did a thread on like he broke down a bunch of these quarterbacks and showed you the profile of their eyes like in deep moments of competition. So like Tom Brady during competition, his eyes like narrow and his eyebrows kind of go down a little bit versus like quarterbacks that were in that same moment that kind of choked and they all have wider eyes. So it was interesting how like all the best quarterbacks or athletes had like this very particular eye profile in that deep moment of competition versus the guys that choked. So not exactly what you were saying, but I think you can learn from people's eyes and just their general demeanor and their energy and stuff like that.
Yeah, dial in, you just drop in. Yeah. And I think that's why I think so many people that are high performing in work, they also are high performing in athletics in their everyday life, because you almost want more sets and reps. Like why did I run 20 miles yesterday? Like no one cares, but I care because it's like that feeling at mile 15, 16, 17 when it's like, yo, we're holding the pace. You just like drop in. And it's just, for me, it's like free sets and reps. Like if I can hold on to my pace at that, and then I run again today and I run again tomorrow. I get in that pocket as much as I can, because free practice. Because like the running doesn't really, it matters, but it doesn't really matter. What matters to me is really like business and work. I just know though I have this unfair advantage if I'm negotiating, if I'm in like talking to an investor, talking to whatever, like in like high stakes conversation at work. It's like I've already been in that like zone 3 times this week.
Right.
And I like drop myself into that zone. And so I'm ready. Like I got some free sets and reps. And I'm not saying this out of me. It's like, I think a lot of people who are trying to do really well in their career and build something interesting, they like sign up for free for high rocks, ultra marathons, CrossFit. Like they sign up for that stuff because they just want to get more sets and reps of that, like the exact moment that you felt, that like moment where like you're just in the pocket and you're testing your own mettle and you're actually delivering and you're proving yourself and you're building that confidence and you're just performing under pressure and you want to like get more sets and reps on that so that like when the real pressure happens, it's nothing. Like you're used to it already.
Oh, it's such an awesome point. I had such a good conversation this morning around the idea of like integrating all the different areas of your life, and to the point where, you know, you show up in every area of your life the same way. So like it's what you're talking about with fitness. Like you approach fitness to the level of excellence that you approach your business. So you just, like Michael Brandt is who Michael Brandt says he is. Like he shows up in every area of life the way that you would expect him to. I think that's such an important point for people to hear. It's like, I just know for myself, like if I try to hold myself to the standard of like every area of life, relationships, business, finances, like if stuff's slipping in those parts and you're not holding yourself to that same level of integrity, like in one area, you open yourself up to that sliding in other areas. And I resonate with the idea of like that 20-mile run just being like you paying the ante to being the best version of yourself across the board.
Yeah, I like it. I like the idea of paying the ante, and yeah, everything is everything. Yeah. The way that you do anything is the way you do everything. I remember one thing that clicked for me in my dating life. I'm now happily married, have a daughter. One thing that clicked for me big time in my like early 20s was that I switched from like, you know, I would like go out with the guys, or I'd try to like, oh, that girl's cute. Like, let me like turn on game. Let me go like say, blah, blah, blah. And what clicked for me was just like not doing that anymore. Just realizing that like game is life. Like if you just live a life where you're just dope and interesting, you just think what you're doing is dope. Like, and there's no switch to flip. There's no like, oh, that girl's cute. Let me go like, it's like, no, just like by your way of being, you just attract who you're going to attract. And the way that you live your life is already attractive. It's not some switch you have to flip on. You don't have to go say the man. You just walk up to someone you think is attractive and say like, how's it going? Like, what did you order the tacos? How do you like the tacos? Like, you just like say it, but you say it in a way that's like coming from you, of like, you're an interesting person that just ran 20 miles yesterday and is running a business, and like you have things to talk about, and you could be, you're not having to turn anything on because like you're just in this mode of crushing it. That's like the dream state, is just to like constantly be in a mode of excellence. And it's not this like, oh, I gotta turn it on for this meeting. Oh, this person's like a VIP. Oh, I gotta blah, blah, blah. It's like, I mean, in business world, it's like, I'm always explaining ketone IQ to the person next to me on the airplane, my Uber driver, whatever. So like when I'm sitting next to Mark Cuban, when that happens, it's like the same thing. I don't have to like turn it on for this one matters. It's just like you want to be in this constant flow. That's why I tell myself is like be in this constant flow of like always on, always in that mode of excellence. Cause like, I don't think you want to have to like turn it on ever for anyone. I think you want to like improve your baseline.
Yeah. There really is this big correlation between dating and just building a successful business or being a successful human being in general, where it's like, there's no pickup line. There's no shortcut or hack. It's like you said, you do difficult things, you build this incredible confidence, and you almost have like an aura about yourself that women or anyone just pick up on. And there's no like needing to say the perfect thing. It's just, you become a great human being and she will recognize that. And then you know, she's attracted to you because of that, because of the body of work that you've built for yourself.
I call it no game.
No game. I like that. Yeah.
I might need to write a book on that.
Yeah. Where you just like turn off game. You just say, like, you almost ask the most like banal question or statement or whatever. Like, I heard the tacos here are really good. Whatever. Like you just say like the most, and you just see it. Like it's, if you're Joe Burrow and you're just like talking to a young lady, like you just say, it doesn't matter what Joe Burrow says.
Yeah.
Like he could just say like, that's a cool shirt.
Yeah.
You know, it could be the most whatever. And it's like, if you put yourself in those same shoes, like it doesn't, it's almost like by even trying to say something super clever, super pick up, super blah, 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 like you're playing yourself because you're like trying hard and you're like putting on a show. It's like the most calm, relaxed thing to do is just like talk to someone like it's your cousin or whatever. Just say something regular.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you do difficult things too, I feel like, especially with dating, you just build this genuine confidence where you're just very direct and you just let her know what you're actually feeling. Like you're just like, hey, I think you have a beautiful smile. I'd love to take you out and get to know you better. Like just very direct to the point. She knows exactly what you're feeling, what your intentions are. And women respect that a lot versus like trying to kind of like mask what your real intentions are too. But that comes from like building that body of work that gives you the confidence to say those things.